Good job. So yeah, so here's some pictures from the video they played. It basically was like this, like kind of, I don't know.
A trek through Final Fantasy lore, history.
The best way to put it. Basically, yeah, they just went through the entire series. They kind of, and I guess they were playing music, and like they had all this. What's up, yo boy Pojo?
What's up, Pojo? How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, one of your followers.
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Pojo's
nice,
a cool guy.
Nice, hey boy, yeah boy.
Your boy Pojo.
Pojo. So yeah, they went through and they like. I heard it was pretty emotional. The person who wrote the article
Emotional.
that wrote that people were like sobbing.
Really? I mean, I guess if you're fans of the series, this is like a monumental event for you.
It's a big deal, yeah. It's a really big deal for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah.
So here's Final Fantasy VII, obviously very, Aerith dying and.
Whoa,
Sephiroth.
spoilers here.
Sorry, for anybody who doesn't know anything about video games. Final Fantasy VIII, I love that one actually. I love the music in Final Fantasy VIII.
I've listened to like all the soundtracks, but I've told you this before, and everyone's always super shocked. The only Final Fantasies I've ever played are the online ones.
Oh right, like
I've only played 11 and 14. And everyone's just
those are like the two least Final Fantasy games of all the Final Fantasy games. Oh, yeah. 9, I loved 9 too. 9 was great. 9 was a really fun game.
Yeah, I hear the story for like 9 is really good.
Yeah, it was. I like 9 because like 7 and 8 were kind of the first departure from the old school games where they like brought it into like kind of modern day, into like futuristic cities like that. While the other ones were more fantasy. So 9 was a big throwback to those original games where it was a fantasy game mostly.
Yeah.
So they kind of went back there. And then look at Titus's eyes. Looks like he's stoned.
He's like,
what you say, girl?
You talking to me?
10, I like 10. Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it. I like the music.
11
was
my jam, dude.
I never played 11. 10 was where I stopped. Up to 10, between 10 and 15, I didn't play any of them.
Gotcha. 11 was bomb.
I guess
love
this
that
is
game.
12. I didn't play 12 like I just said, so I have no comments on there.
Yeah.
On that one.
Anyway, let's talk about the event a little bit.
They went through the whole thing, and they had this, and they went up to all the way to 15, and then after that, they got like a bunch of people on the stage from the game, like Sakaguchi-san. I think she's like the creator of the series.
Right.
And then Amano, what's his name?
But Sakaguchi-san himself was actually
sick. Sakaguchi was sick. He wasn't there.
Caught the flu.
He got the flu. He came like via like webcam.
Like Skype. He Skyped
he
in.
Skyped in, yeah.
Skyped in with like a cooling pad on his forehead or something like that.
So he got it is influenza season right now, so people are sick. So he wasn't there, but they had other people like Amano. I have a tattoo from Amano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Final Fantasy VII.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's on my side here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like show us like on your ass or something.
Right there.
Oh, dude, that is sick.
That's Red 13.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Caught the flu. What a nerd.
Yeah, what a nerd.
Typical Japanese fashion to just overwork himself until.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't force himself to come to the event.
That's true. That's true.
I think you go to the next tab there. And then they've unveiled the new.
Get that camera zoom.
Thank you, Pojo. Camera zoom on the tattoo. I can stand up and get there.
Dude, that looks like a painful position for a tattoo.
Oh shit! I just lost my microphone.
I got you. You lost your little fuzz too.
Sorry about that. I did lose my fuzz. Yeah. It was pretty. Actually, that was the. I mean, I have 2 tattoos, and that was by far the most painful one I've ever gotten.
Nice. You don't have to tell us where the other one is. We can leave that one secret.
Yeah, that one you don't get to see.
Dude, but that means you can't own Send It Up anymore in Japan. You can't hit up the hot springs, right?
There are some that allow it, but for the most part, I don't really go to Onsen that much anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any tattoos whatsoever, you're not allowed to use like public hot springs in Japan. It's just like a rule to keep yakuza out.
Yep, and that's a very stupid rule. Very stupid. Very stupid.
Yeah, dude, super tense. I feel like.
Yeah, that hurt. It was. I think the tattoo this one took about 4 or 5 hours, and it was just ridiculously painful. It felt like I felt I was being tortured. I felt like this is like torture. This is what it feels like.
That would be terrible.
It was horrible. It was horrendously bad. I felt.
Yeah, that is a thing, 9P. That is a thing.
Really terrible.
Like even for like swimming pools and stuff, like a public swimming pool.
Yeah.
They have like pictures of like you must cover your tattoos with like bandages or something, like wrap them up in order to enter this pool.
I've been to public swimming pools where they actually give out tape to cover up your tattoos.
It's so weird to me.
I mean, it's nice that they do that. That they're like, hey, if you have a tattoo, just cover it up with this tape and that we'll give you. The places that are the most strict are like some onsen, and then every single what's it called? The water slide parks, like Summerland. Those places are insanely strict about tattoos.
Interesting.
So I really, the one time I've been to a water park, I had to wear a t-shirt the whole time. Free tape, yeah, that's right. I got some free tape.
Yeah, that's so weird. I feel like they should be more lax towards like foreigners too.
Because
like they're like, obviously this big white dude is not gonna be like part of the Yakuza like
it's a small
clans.
tattoo. It's just, I'm not fucking Yakuza. But yeah, I guess they have to, like, it's like all encompassing.
Yeah.
If you have a little dot on your hand that's a tattoo, then you're not allowed in.
That's weird. That is weird to me.
Tanning.
And for me too, like I had surgery here.
Yeah.
So like this area of my like ribs is all cut off.
What?
So
Really?
it's just like, there would be like nothing there if they tried to like tattoo that area. Just like the skin would just like sink in, and they're like no backdrop for the tattoo. I feel like that would be a mistake if I ever tried to get a tattue there.
Maybe, yeah. Well, you have other spots,
That's true. I do have other spots,
like
your
face,
like my forehead.
Your forehead,
Yeah.
wherever you want.
But anyway.
But yeah, so I'd wear a t-shirt. But yeah, but you know what's nice is that beaches are okay.
Beaches. They can't stop you from public beaches.
No, they can't stop you from going to the beach.
Yeah. That artwork is so sick, though. I love it.
Yeah, so they unveiled the new, the 30th anniversary logo, which you saw up there. It has like 30 chocobos on it or something like that. I knew a guy in middle school who used to call chocobos cockaboos. He used to think they were called cockaboos.
What?
Yeah. Anyway,
man.
And then they announced this. The beaches are nice, man. Well, they're not super
really
nice. It depends on where you go. The beaches, if you go to like Izu down south.
I feel like there are nice beaches,
south,
but I feel like I have not yet been to them.
Okinawa beaches are really nice. Down in Izu, they're super nice. The ones that are closest to Tokyo are complete shit. Like, they don't look nice.
Yeah.
But they're fun because every summer.
They're full of kurage. They're full of.
Yeah, they're full of
jellyfish.
They're full of jellyfish. I've been stung multiple times.
Ugh, me too.
But it's fun because on the beach you're allowed to drink.
That's true. That's the nice part of beaches
It's
here.
really nice, and like they open up all these bars along the beach, and on the beach itself there's all these bars, and there's tons of people that go every summer. And it's just like a huge party on the beach every day.
It's kind of like really everything that you're saying, 9P. It's like there's rocky spots, there's trash, there's jellyfish, they're super crowded.
Yeah, they're very crowded.
Coming from like California beaches, a lot of like Yakuza type characters. That's just kind of like the summer hangout.
I remember a few years ago, a Yakuza got stabbed at this beach. I was at the beach that day too, at that same beach, and it was on the news later in the night that someone got stabbed there. Yeah, it was a Yakuza thing. It was like Yakuza to Yakuza, so it wasn't like, they don't really fuck with the general public that much, so unless you mess with them. I've seen fights at the beach though. I've seen fights break out.
Yeah, it's kind of like different from typical Japan.
Yeah.
At beaches. Beach culture is its own thing.
It's a bit of a crazy place. That's why I love it. It's so fun. I always have a good time.
Yeah, it's like
old ex-Yakuza. You could. I mean,
you could do it. It's definitely possible.
They're not the most like. They're pretty intimidating. I'll just put it that way. They hang out in big groups.
That's true. Yeah, I remember one of the first signs I saw, like when I was learning Japanese.
Yeah.
It was in Japanese class that like someone had like taken a picture of, and like our teacher was like, "Who can read this sign?" sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of a beach, and it was like there was all this trash on the beach, but then it was like a sunny sky.
Yeah.
It's like Japanese beaches, beautiful if you don't look at the ground. And that was like,
well, that's true.
The sign. I was like, well, that's too bad.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
I would say the beaches themselves are not very nice, but they're fun. I'll just put it that
way.
There you go. Anyway, we're talking about Final Fantasy, I think.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that the topic?
That was the topic.
So yeah, they announced a fashion brand, or fashion collaboration with this company, Round Y, I think is the name of the company.
Super high fashion with Final Fantasy.
Yeah. 3 different logos for the 3 Ground Y. Designer's name is Yoji Yamamoto.
He's like the Gucci of Japan.
Yeah.
He's
Gucci.
like super Japanese high fashion.
Right.
designer.
And so like these are probably really expensive, but they're obviously, you can see they're inspired by Amano's artwork. Actually, that looks like Amano's artwork that's just directly on it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That shirt is
that was
sick, but it's
that.
probably like $1,000.
It probably is $1,000. So I don't know if we can. afford
Also,
that.
this is
So yeah, some
cool.
cooler stuff.
So
Some cooler
cool.
stuff. What are we looking at here?
This is the Snow Festival up in Sapporo, Hokkaido.
Right.
Every year they do a crazy cool snow festival. This is like a
This
mock
is just
image,
a model
right?
of what it will be, I think.
Right? Do we have any pictures of the actual thing?
Isn't it? It hasn't happened.
Oh, it
yet.
started yesterday. It started
It started yesterday.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so they actually made this out of snow.
Wow.
It's really cool. There's like videos of it too, where they have a projector in the back where they like project animation
Oh,
onto
wow.
the snow for this scene.
That's really cool.
It's super sick.
That's
They always
awesome.
have like really
How big are these?
integrated.
They're pretty damn big, aren't
They're
they?
monstrous. They're
Yeah,
monstrous.
They're
Like, that's
really
like-
massive, right?
That cloud is like twice the size of me, sort of thing.
Right. So this is not a small little miniature snow thing. It's like a gigantic
Right.
model made out of snow. I know, you can see that's Cloud slinging I think the Buster Sword at Sephiroth with the meteor in the background.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
It's super awesome.
I've always wanted to go to this, but I know it's like the thing that happens in Hokkaido for the most part. And
Yeah,
it gets
so-
like really crowded.
I actually going to Hokkaido next week.
You're going there next week.
Next
right?
week. I wanted to go for this event, but like plane tickets and hotels are like 2 to 3 times as much just for
Yeah.
this week, because that's like the only thing to do in
Yeah.
Sapporo.
Right.
But it would be super cool to go.
Is the event still going to be happening when you
It's
go?
only for a week,
So you
so I'm
like
going
right
the
after
week
it ends?
after everything gets teared down by like a bulldozer.
So that's the cheaper
Yeah.
time to go, but you don't get to see all the cool ice sculptures.
Yeah.